there, YouTube. Today I am out on the town a little bit, did a little bit of my shopping errands for the day, and I figured since I'm close by, I'll stop by the pet store and see if there's any fish I want to get when I get some supplies there. So hopefully, I'm hoping they'll have some clown plecos. I want to get a couple more of those for the 40 breeder, but we'll see what else they have, and who knows, I might come home with something else. So I am back from the store now. And I did end up finding some pretty good things. I of course got some more Prime because they had a deal going on, and I always like to keep a little bit extra on hand because that's the one thing you definitely don't want to run out of. But I did find some fish. Let's see if I can pull them out without too much fuss here. I did end up finding some clown plecos. I did get two. One of them is a little bit smaller, the one that's in the corner. That's alright because I don't mind growing them out at all. It's actually entertaining to me. Or not so much entertaining as much as it's just fun to grow out the fish and see how they grow. And you can kind of influence their colors a little bit when you feed them and based on the environment you keep them in. So I got those. And then the little added bonus, I got 17 neon tetras. I know 17 is an odd number. I asked for 15 and they all wanted to group together, so he ended up getting 17 in there. I told him go ahead and keep them in there. 2 extra won't hurt. I have the tank space for them. But so these will eventually end up in the 40 breeder as well. I'm probably going to grow them out a little bit because they are a little small. But once they are a pretty good size, I'll put them in there. But for the time being, for probably the next week and a half to 2 weeks time, they will be in quarantine. Make sure that they're all healthy, eating well, and I'll probably go ahead and use the EM erythromycin and general cure on them too, just to make sure they're clean of anything. Alright, so this is a couple of days later now. The neon tetras have all settled in. I have not seen any casualties, which is really surprising. Usually when I bring home neon tetras, I at least have a couple die on me. But as far as I can tell, it looks like everybody's still there. And the plecos seem to be doing good too. I don't know if you can see the smallest one under that piece of driftwood there moving around. I just fed the tank, so they're probably getting a little bit excited now. But yeah, they're doing good. Hopefully within probably 2 to 3 weeks time, they'll be through at quarantine and ready to go into the 40-gallon breeder, which is getting ready to go through a few changes itself too. So why don't we go over there and we'll talk about that. So with the 40 breeder, let me raise these lights up so they're not getting that strobe light effect. There we go. So with the 40 breeder, couple things. First off, I am probably getting ready to move the pair of bristlenose plecos out of here. Based on the previous experiences I've had with them with the clown plecos, chances are probably one of the clown plecos that died was a male and probably fought the bristlenose male and lost. So I think I'm going to just take them out of here and have the clowns be the only pleco species in this tank. And I'm also probably getting ready to do a little bit of, well, not quite a little bit, more of a massive reset on this tank. The past few times I've rescaped it, I've kind of just done it while there's water in there. And I've kind of done a mix of natural elements like rocks and driftwood with the pleco caves in there, which hasn't really bugged me. It's kind of worked out. But I think it's just time for a reset on it to really kind of bring it back to what I want it to be, which is kind of a purely natural tank. So the pleco caves will be coming out of there. and instead there'll be more driftwood in there. I have a lot of Malaysian driftwood kind of lying around that I'll probably use. I'll probably put a lot of the stonework back in there as well. As you can kind of see, I've kind of taken out the rocks already, so it's kind of opened up. But that's pretty much what's going on with that. A little bit of good news with this tank, the Rummy Nose Tetras were actually spawning while I saw it for the first time the other day. It was probably about 3 or 4 in the morning. I happened to get up and turn on one of my dim lights that's in the room, and I guess that kind of triggered their early morning spawning routine, so I got to see that for a while there, so that was awesome. Hopefully after I reset the tank and everything's kind of back to normal and kind of just kind of reset, maybe I'll see them do that again, and who knows, maybe I'll even get some fry out of it. I doubt it, because with all the shrimp and the plecos and the Bolivian rams in here, I doubt I'll see any fry, but you never know. There's always that one lucky one that survives. Let's see, I think that's pretty much it. So just stay tuned. Definitely be seeing a lot from this tank in the next couple of weeks. And I'll make sure to film the rescape as well. I know a lot of times when I rescape this tank, I just, for some reason, forget to film it. But I have a note written down sitting next to my Python so that I don't forget to film rescaping this tank. So stay tuned for that. And as always, subscribe for more. And we'll see you in the next video.